Morning, ladies. She's dancing. Music in her head. Can I give you something to check out when you have time?
Yeah.
Everybody's doing medical assistant today. Ladies, have a good day.
You too.
Morning.
I thought I figured it'd be you.
How are you, man?
Pretty good.
I didn't hardly recognize you.
Yeah.
You're looking all relaxed in this sunlight. How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Morning.
Thank you.
How you been?
Pretty good.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Well, it's the last time I saw you here that's got to be a couple years, but I know you've come back a couple times.
Well,
so.
I was here last fall, and I can't remember if I got here last spring or not. I was here last fall, and the dean came out and talked to me.
Okay.
I'm trying to phrase this
Okay.
decently. She wasn't thrilled.
Oh, okay.
But we did talk, and
But it all got resolved.
she would have preferred that I not be here.
Oh, okay.
But
I think I remember that. I remember hearing about it. I wasn't
Yeah.
involved directly, but
No, yeah, you didn't come out, and I, it's really hard in those situations, Mike, to not be confrontational,
Right. No, I get it.
without also at the same time standing
Yep. No.
firm. So
No, I
I
get
hope
it.
Did they call and say, hey, there's somebody out here?
Yep,
handling-
and,
okay.
and I said no. If that's my buddy from a few years back, he's not a problem.
No.
Because you know the rules. I mean, not to block stuff.
Oh,
and-
absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's why I always try to stay back, and I'm never gonna get in the way, and I try not to interfere, obviously.
No.
So
And you went to all the other campuses, haven't you?
I've been to I've been to Albert Lee, and I've been up to Owatonna.
Yep.
Owatonna I was expecting, with Owatonna being as big as it is, as far as the size of the city, I was expecting the campus up there to be a lot busier than
It's
here.
Pretty quiet.
It's a really quiet campus.
I was gonna say, because I remember a maintenance guy said, "Hey, there's a guy out here, and he's doing this," and I said, "I know.
I
he's
know who
fine."
that is.
Yep. That's.
How you
fine.
been?
Pretty good.
Good.
You?
Oh, to be honest with you, I've been really good. Morning, ladies. Can I give you something to check out?
Sure. Thank you.
She's like, my hands are full of Cheeto dust, man. Not that you care, but last year in May, I looked at myself in the mirror. Came home from work one night. I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, I'm tired of looking at myself. And started losing weight. Morning.
Good for you.
Give you that. You have a good day. And I started at 270 and I'm almost down to 200.
Wow.
So I have not felt physically, I haven't felt this good since I graduated from high school.
Well, good for you.
Maybe right while I was at the peak of my fitness while I was on active duty, but
Yep.
that didn't last long after I got out. So I'm sorry you had to.
No, that's fine.
I mean, I know
Nice
that's your duty, but
No, that's
I always feel like it's such a burden on you guys when you got to come out and check out things. I get it in the society today, the way things.
Oh, and they,
things
like I
go.
said, they just wanted me to check, and the same thing that happened last time I was around, and so, no, I'm not concerned. So
Good.
You're good, and you mind if I have one of those too?
No.
I kept your last one too. I'd
Did
like
you?
to look at it. Yep.
Here, I even improved. I upgraded.
Sweet. Yeah. Cool.
No, I appreciate, and I think I probably said this to you the last time we talked here, a year and a half ago, or whatever it was. I always appreciate the way you approach. That's huge for me because you have a hard job.
Yeah.
Being in charge of safety and security here, and it'd be real easy to come out and go, you got to go,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Well,
Nobody wants you here, and
And you know what we talked about last time too. This is a place where everyone should be able to have an opinion. This is a public property, and you're being respectful of, or you're not disrupting. So I mean, why shouldn't you be able to have your opinion?
no, I appreciate, and I mean that. I really appreciate the fact that that's how you handle it, because I'll tell you what, because I don't, and I think I probably told you this before. I do this on other campuses. I do this in public places in general, and I try to always treat people with respect. And the thing that I'm running into now, more and more, is there's a certain segment of society whose response to anything is to silence them, and they always call security or they call full-on law enforcement, and they'll flat out tell. I've been to Lanesboro 3 times. I've been to Lanesboro a lot more than that this year, but I've been to Lanesboro 3 times, and I've I actually preach
Mm-hmm.
down there.
Mhm.
And 3 times I've been there this year, 3 of the times I've been there this year, and it was almost 3 trips in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, and it's always been like a middle-aged guy, has
Mhm.
called law enforcement
Hmm.
and flat out said, "I'm calling the cops to get rid of you."
Oh, okay.
And that's a really bad position for.
Well, it goes against what the Constitution is,
And-
and you know, you got to be able to have an opinion, and that doesn't mean.
Everybody's got to agree with you.
Well, yeah, no, and that's the thing is, no one has a right to not be offended. You know what I mean? You don't.
You
have
wouldn't know
right.
that talking to a lot of people today.
I know.
It's-
But
No,
like I
I'm-
said, I appreciate you. You know, what I mean, I've never ever had a problem with you. You've always been
You-
very respectable. I mean, you know, it's not like you're chasing people or badgering them. I mean, you've been very respectful, so I don't have anything.
No, I really appreciate that. And you have my word, and I told you this before. If I can get somebody to engage in a conversation,
Mhm,
I
mhm.
will. But
Yep.
I am never going to go chasing somebody into those doors
No, I
or
know.
away from the building.
No, and that's, you know, I already responded, said, hey, I'm pretty sure it's all fine. Don't worry about it. But I'll go in there. I'll also say, hey, everything's cool.
I appreciate that. I really
So,
do.
yep.
If you ever need anything,
I sure-
seriously, I mean that.
Yep.
Just rough day at work. Email me. I mean it.
All right. I
Gladly
appreciate
pray
that,
for
sir.
you, Mike.
You still doing stuff over in Homestead?
Working. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. I've been there over 10 years now.
Jeez,
So
good for
yeah,
you.
it's really. I'll tell you what. How long you been here?
9.5 years.
9.5 years.
Yeah.
And in that 9.5 years, you probably had a lot of people come and go, but you've probably seen a lot of people that
Yeah.
have been here for a while, right?
Yep. Yep.
I have never in the course of a career been 10 years into something
Yep.
and felt like the old timer.
Oh gosh.
I mean, and there are
Yes.
people that have been there twice as long as me, but they're
Mhm.
trickling out,
Yeah.
and especially when you're dealing with that line of work.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
our morning.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Give you something to check out. When you look, so like when I applied,
Mhm.
I was. This is Olmsted. We're not
Yep,
talking
yep.
about the cities.
Yep.
When I applied, the day I tested, I want to say it was over 200 people.
Yep.
The day I tested.
For that one position.
Well, they were hiring 5.
Yep. Okay.
They're hiring 5,
Mhm.
and when I tested, there was over 200.
Yep.
And it took them a year to hire the 5
Yep.
that they hired.
Yep.
Me and 4 others. We
Yep.
all, after the interview, the process and everything, it took them a year to get us all started.
Yep.
Because they knew they were going to need the spots, but
Mhm.
they didn't know where they were going to fit, and it just so happened they were able to get us all in at the same time. And now, when we have open
Yep.
application, it used to be they'd
Yep.
put it out for a month,
Yeah.
and they'd get a ream of people.
Yep.
Now it's open application, and we've got FTEs
Mhm.
constantly, always. Just like one of our platoons right now, there's 6
Uh huh.
new hires
Wow.
that just started training,
Wow.
and that's after the academy.
Yeah.
And we can't get up to full strength, and we aren't getting the numbers. Nobody wants to apply. Bob Kroll from the city's lieutenant for Minneapolis PD was on a
Mhm.
radio program the other day,
Mhm.
and he said that when he applied for his job 30 years ago, there were 300 people
Yep.
that applied and tested. 300.
Yep.
He said they're lucky now when they open a position for Minneapolis.
Mhm.
They're lucky if they get 150.
Wow. I remember when I was first trying to get into it. Yeah, you were looking at if you were under 200, if you were looking at 200 or 300, you were thinking I have a good chance.
Right.
And nowadays, yeah, it's just been a profession that people it's been kicked around a lot. You know, it's a tough perception.
You can't do anything right.
No.
It doesn't matter what you do.
No.
Either the conservatives are mad at you for not doing enough, or the lefties are mad at you because they think you've done more than you should.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
and
it's-
there's just and not to mention the fact that for all the hassle that comes with it, a lot of times you go to Rochester, you look at even Aldi's here in
Mhm.
town.
Mhm.
Aldi's hires their cashiers at like $15 an hour.
Yeah.
12 to $15 an hour.
Yeah.
And they guarantee you 40 hours a week.
Yeah, exactly. Why
Now-
would you want to put it up with the risk
I
and
mean,
the
that's
stress?
that's half of what I'm making now. But if I
Mhm.
was going into the work world right now,
Mhm.
and I was weighing out that level of stress,
Mhm.
I'd be like, I can work 40 to 45 hours,
Yeah.
and hours a week, and maybe even pick up a part-time job.
Yep. I'll tell you what, you know, I've been thinking about that myself too. I'm glad I'm not in it. I'm now in the, you know, safety and security profession, but I'll tell you, man, if I could go back 20 years and knowing what I know now, I would have went somewhere else, I think, you know, because it's become a very tough profession. Not because you're dealing with
Even this.
well, it can be, but you know, it's what you make of it too. And you gotta, you know, negativity spreads, but so does positivity.
I agree.
So that's kind of where I kind of look at it. You know, I got good people here. I got good students, so I'm just gonna do my best for them.
But you got a pretty good, you got a good complement of staff now, or?
It's basically for the most part just me.
Okay.
But I'll occasionally get some work studies, and I haven't had it for a while. But
Do you get anybody from because the law enforcement guys go on the other half of the campus, right?
Yep.
Do you get any of those guys showing any interest in doing?
On occasion, you know, they're the ones that when I do hire, I predominantly hire them. So
Yeah.
they do a pretty good job. But
You do much by way of like stuff for the football, because football team plays right here, right?
we don't have a football team.
Oh,
Yep,
it's just basketball and baseball,
Yep,
right?
yep, and
Yeah,
soccer.
yep.
And yeah, I got involved with that a few times where we needed, you know, because they're, you know, those things can get pretty wild, you know. So
Look at high school games.
oh God, yes. So
That's middle school and high school. I know somebody whose kid was middle schooler, and the opposing team almost killed him.
wow. Yeah, they get amped up in those crowds. I'll tell you, and that's where you got to be on top of them and watching them. And if not, that's when you can have a pretty bad accident.
Oh, for sure. Well, hey, you got work to do. It was good to see you. I really, like I said, I always appreciate the way you handle stuff, Mike. So
not a problem, Todd.
Yeah.
You take care of yourself. And
Oh, I will. Thank you for stopping, and
I'll let everyone know it's just Todd.
it's the same weirdo.
Not a weirdo, man.
You have a good day, man.
Take care.
Morning.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Give you something to check out when you have some time.
Sounds good.
You have a good day.
Thanks, you too.